Hello all, this is Zimnala here with a new game showcase. This is a little game called SliceCremental that I found on itch.io and I wanted to showcase it. Full disclosure, this music is not from the game. The game was actually not made with music in its current form. It may eventually get made into a more advanced game. It was made for a game jam, from what I understand. So it's a little bare bones, but we're gonna check out about an hour of this. I understand it's about an hour to 2 hours long, and we'll see how it goes. It has a few minor bugs from what I've seen, such as the descriptions for upgrades don't actually fully show up sometimes on the screen. There's no way to really change the resolution or anything, so enjoy the lo-fi jams I played alongside this. I made sure they were royalty free as far as I could tell, so yeah, we can get on in and have a good time. So as you can see, the cost of these isn't showing up, so I can't actually show you it, but this looks like this is 2. You can see it very briefly at the bottom. So I don't know if they want to update this and fix that. I'm sure other people are also complaining about it. But we'll get into this and we'll look at it. So it's supposedly inspired by Fruit Ninja and modern incrementals combined together, so we'll check it out. It's got a Plinko mechanic too. So fruits are growing on each tree periodically. Gather as much as possible by moving the cursor while holding left click. So the type determines the value. Cool. Blam, blam. We did it. 2 whole trees. We did it. So this will get us another gathering point for getting apples. Okay. As this decreases how long it takes for them to spawn, so we'll just head on in and blam, blam. So this doubled the value of them. So now we get 4 each time we harvest 2. So the cost of this is 4. Makes sense? Blam. Now they spawn about 20% faster. We'll get in there. Maybe we'll get a 3rd one. Blam, blam, blam. We did it. Triple in there. Let's keep on going. So sliced gathered fruits to gain more fruit money. So when they fall, we'll be able to slice them again. Okay. So now we're in slicing mode. Fruits will appear from the bottom of the screen. Slice them, then moving this. Fruits can be sliced in multiple parts and yield money. You lose 1 heart when slicing a bomb. If you don't have heart left, you will lose half of your gained points. Oh boy. Don't slice bombs. Bam, we sliced them all. Look at that. We're slicing masters. So now we get choices. We can increase how much time we have to get fruit. We can increase the value of that by 50%. So that's how many fruit are launched at once. So this would increase each one by 1. So basically the value of this and this are very similar. I'm just going to get the part where we get more money for gathering, because that one we're pretty much guaranteed. The other one takes a little bit more going on, but they have a similar effect in the end. So slash. Blam. So much slice and dice. Do not slice the bombs, you'll regret it. Then we do the same thing over here. We're gonna get more value. Oh, we can get more than 1. Ooh, double value. Look at that. Blam, blam, blam. Oh we missed it. Shucks. So if you're not fast enough, you'll run out of time anyway. Alright. Good to know. So we'll increase the length, which might let us get another fruit. Okay. Bam. 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 Got 4 this time. Slice. Slice and dice. Blam, blam, blam. We did it. Look at that. So a 10% chance to get a double fruit. So clearly we want to increase the spawn rate. That'll help a lot of things. I think we need to increase the launch rate of fruit because this is going to start taking a while the more fruit we get. So we'll slash one out. We'll increase the base value. Bam. This will also increase our safety in the sense that there'll be less bombs we'll see, because we'll be doing it faster. So we'll just keep increasing the value of stuff eventually. Just make it through everything. Blam, blam. Look at that. We're slicing and dicing. So the spawn rate, I think, is the most important. I'll aim for that first. Didn't get everything, but it is getting a little harder to catch them all. I like the little trail that you leave. That makes it really cool. It's a little touch, but I do like it. So you can see how efficient you are in being your aims. So much fruit. That cost 200 to get into, but we did undo that. This one's gonna cost 100 to get into. I think we'll just get into it randomly when we get a really good run. This should actually let us unlock the Plinko if I was reading it right. So let's check that part out. Let's add Plinko into the mix. Previously sliced fruit will fall into the Plinko board. You'll earn money based on where they land. Nothing to do here, just relax. Such Plinko! Blam, 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 blam. Ah, some of them got speed runned all the way to the ends. We love it. And it gives you a count on what you got for it. So, that was worth it. It almost paid for itself on the first run. So more fruit spawn, more gathering duration. I'll just get more fruit into the mix total. I like how this just keeps on spreading and down and down and down and down. So everything's gonna get a little extended now because of how we did that. Blam, blam. Gonna give us enough for the more slice options at the top. Blam. What'd we get? Almost 100 for that. It's paid for itself already. So now we're gonna get the unlocking pear. And this one can be sliced into 4 pieces. This is a separate tree. I think it will be a separate tree. So we're gonna actually increase the number of things we can slice at a time to make it a little safer. Blam, blam, blam. Such slice. Goes our fruit. It's off to the races. So that has a lot more upgrades per one, but it'll probably be a long-term payout. Oh. Get money when we dodge that just for free. That wouldn't be terrible. We would have gotten 100 there for dodging those. You know, it's all about priorities. We decide what we want at the time. 420? Of course it was. How nice. No way to actually read that. So yeah, this is definitely something you can't read too easily. Increase how much we get for dodging bombs, and then we'll do what we can. It's any tree, not this tree, so. bomb. Actually had to skip a fruit because of it. Crazy. Things are getting spicier on that part. Definitely making the most of our money in the slicing phase. More hearts. Go, they are launching. Yeah, this is the value of the different holes, I believe. So this would be this one, and I think it goes left and right. Like you go down it probably as you go along and just increase the value of it. So those ones are pretty obvious what they do, but even if we can't properly read them. Definitely is having a little bit of slowdown that I can't control. There's no settings for the game, so. But it's probably an optimization thing because this is actually a browser game. I bet if this was actually moved to a real dedicated browser, it wouldn't have this issue. But I like to showcase everything that I see, so. So I don't really have a way of properly reading the costs of things, so a little hard to prioritize, so I'm just gonna go on buy stuff mode and hope for the best, you know? There goes the fruit. It's all off to the races. So it looks like the value of these is going up by 1 each time I add to it. So if you're wondering what the increase on this, that seems to be fairly minimal. get money for slicing bombs. That's cute. So you can slice a certain number depending on your HP. I get it. Sure, I'll slice a bomb. Who's gonna stop me? Bam. Do I have two? No, I have two. I've got one. Okay, so you have to keep a heart alive. I wasn't sure. We are just gonna head back in and check it out. I'd never actually sliced a bomb, so I wasn't sure at which point was the failure point, when you run out of one life or you get one without dying. So now we know. We got one extra life. Slicing a single bomb. And get money for it. There we go. That's a lot of pieces of fruit. Definitely making almost all of our money in the slicing section. Definitely want the combo. Oh, we can upgrade that. So you'd have to increase the pair stuff to unlock that one as an option. Those are a little expensive though, so. It is worth noting that hitting the bomb does reset your combo, but also not slicing a fruit for long enough also does it, so we need to launch faster to get combos going. Nope, we died, because it lagged a bit. Alright. Understood. Maybe I won't intentionally try to hit the first bomb then. That's fine. Seems relatively likely we're gonna accidentally do it, so. Seems pretty likely the slowdown will keep speeding up as we get more stuff going on, but it's okay. We're here just to see how it rolls. Look at that slowdown, it's amazing. Blam. Figured making combos better would probably be a good plan. Because right now combos are a little hit or miss because it's a little hard to extend them. They get broken so quick. Broom, broom, broom. We got killed. So tragic. Because basically it gets so crazy that it's a little hard to tell what's going on. That is part of the game. But once it starts lagging like that, it's pretty hard to actually aim for anything going on, so. Well, we made it to the end at least. Once I got down to 1 life, I just played more conservatively. I guess that's my current strategy. Because the slowdown's too intense to actually aim for anything in particular. Yeah, my goal is to get to level 3 and level 3 so we can actually get the more going on from apples. I think that'll be a big boost to our income. We did it. Yeah, definitely everything's happening with the slicing part anyway. So that one's gonna cost us 2,000, but that'll be fine. Going on. That's unfortunate. I mean, I kind of theorize it has trouble keeping track of all the entities you've cut up. Like, it must keep them in track, like, off the screen, and that's probably what it's having trouble doing it, if I was to guess. Interesting. Definitely gonna be a lot more going on the next screen now. being able to extend the combos is the next plan. Oh, another fruit hiding behind all the other ones? Interesting. Is a lot of fruit. Such lag. Well, Ellie is struggling. Now we're gonna have another tree into the mix. Interesting is that plums are much smaller than the other ones. I do think we're kind of reaching ahead on this, because like a lot of this we are finishing out the trees on, and I don't really see that many more spots to even unlock, so... So it can hold 5 pairs, so it's kind of worth going for pairs when it has 5. I mean, plums don't do a lot for us at this stage, like we haven't upgraded them enough. Yeah, sounds about right. So yeah, I do think it's getting a little bit too laggy here in the end game to really properly like utilize some of the systems, so it's okay, it's still fun enough, but if the developer does want to work on it more, I would definitely point towards that being something that needs work. And I don't know if this is like because I have it in full screen mode or whatnot, but I couldn't think of an effective way to stream it otherwise, because there was a download version, but also I didn't want to go that far with it because it's so short. But if there does end up being a Steam version that runs better, I might check it out. Hopefully with more polish, like we'll see what happens in the future. I do check out a lot of incrementals. That didn't even register in a way I could follow. That's unfortunate. Yeah, I'll probably play this out to the end. Like, it seems like we're coming up towards an ending of sorts. Whether it's just the ending of the tree or there's actually a credit screen, I don't know. Seems like the kind of game that could go on forever. There's no particular outlined goal. Then slice the fruits. Boom. Yeah, I mean, at a certain point I just stopped slicing because I can't see where things even are going to be. Like, it doesn't follow in a way that makes sense even with the lag, so not much I could do about it. I guess I could choose the higher quality fruit and ignore all the apples. That would probably reduce the lag. But a lot of the money is from the apples, so I think I can finally get this combo unbreak. That might help the combo be more valuable, because it looks like that'll be forgiving if you've sliced fruit at least once. Yeah, fair enough. I will say, I do think that maybe the bombs are a little too common for this. Like at some stage of this, I'm fighting multiple bombs. Like, the only way I deal with the latter half of this is just not slice anymore, just let it do its thing. That's how bad the lag has kind of gotten, but, you know, we gotta see it out. We're gonna see what happens with the upgrades. Inconsistent slicing. Some of the stuff I feel like I've gone through when it starts lagging just does not. register. But technically, until I get a second boom, I don't need to hold back. I'm getting really inconsistent slices. You know? Look at that, I managed to slice something. It's okay. Eventually it'll figure life out. Maybe? I believe in this game. It will solve all of its problems eventually. Or we'll just sit watching particle effects forever. What do we think? Need to get out to the exit? Looks like it definitely semi-crashed on us, but that's okay. We have reached the end of new upgrades showing up as far as I can tell, so we'll just upgrade as we choose to. It's pretty much a game of upgrading it up, you know? That may be a coming feature, as we'll just get to see it lagging out a few more times, but you know. We'll make it to the end. I'm persistent if nothing else. Boom. What do you think? Are we gonna get to see the final pachinko thing, or will it lag out again? He's trying his best to be lagging out. Look at that, we got one more slice. Boom. There we go, we get to see the pachinko. Nice. Felt like it was time to give the pachinko part some love. Maybe it'll start catching up. Funny that I thought the combo part would matter, but it's like impossible to keep a combo going, so I mean, you tell me. I mean, you lose it when you don't even cut a single quarter off of them, so it either needs to just be when you cut a single fruit or something to that effect, because it's definitely too stringent. And I know there was the one upgrade to make it sometimes forgive, but I mean, I feel like that ain't gonna cut it, you know? Pun intended. Yeah, we have the Plinko coming up, so I guess upgrading Plinko might be a good way to make this part better. It looks like each one maybe doubles the value at this stage. Somehow made it to the end game only blowing up one bomb, which is a little unusual. We never stopped cutting. The Plinko doesn't care which size the pieces are, so the value of all the pieces doesn't matter too much, so just slice and dice. I mean, I'm starting to work with the lag versus not with the lag, but still pretty hard to slice some of this stuff.
Perfect.
Look at that. We definitely have the Plinko outpacing everything, so I think my guess was right. Much slice. I just let that part happen because there was so much fruit to slice right there. Now we gotta be more cautious. Yeah, the vast majority of this should be in the last quarter though. We're gonna Plinko our way to the end. echo's maxed out. Boom. See how we do. So you can see the final shakeup of the values. Look at that last one just spinning to win. Hilarious. Well, we're at the end anyway. We'll see how crazy this gets. at the end anyway. Guess going near the top of the screen makes it say that. Sorry, guys. We're just watching them all jump around now. No reason to lose half our money just because we get a little greedy at the end. Seems like way more bombs than usual, guys. So rude. I think I'd say we are about 10 days maybe from finishing this. Maybe 10, 11 days. We are barreling right through the upgrades. Let's make pear trees better. fruit's not expected to pop up, but you know. It has pairs sorted out. Now we can. So combos are as good as they can be. It's just down to whatever we can do for pairs. Alright, now we're just gonna mostly watch this happen. Maybe I'll grab a few, but nothing too extravagant. Some surgical apple slicing in at the end. Whatever isn't going to get us in trouble at this stage. Some of these pads are getting truly ridiculous, which is pretty nice. More spawn rate, I think, is the one I'm aiming for. Such majestic, so much flying fruit. Laggy as they may be. Did you know that fruit also lag in real life? They barely move at all. But yeah, it is almost certainly tied to entity count and limitations of whatever they're using to make it. They did make this game pretty fast, from what I understand. So we did max out all of the stuff. We'll give it one more run for posterity, and then we will call this an adventure. See the game in all of its fruity glory. Blam, so much slice. Slice city slice. Got blowed up. So tragic. We'll give another run where we don't get blowed up. If you have fruit in real life and it doesn't and it's actually jumping around like this is actually before the lag sets in. Once the lag sets in, they just sit down on the counter. It's pretty awful. So life really is worse than games. So explosive. Look at that, we made it to this part. So let's see the true ridiculousness of how this goes. you go. Well, I thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this, I will provide a link to the itch.io if you want to check it out yourself. If it doesn't lag for you, wonderful. I will admit my system isn't super new, but it isn't too bad either. Somewhere in the middle. But yeah. It could also be that I'm streaming this to a recording software, so there could be multiple reasons why my system didn't like this. But yeah, I hope you all enjoy. Y'all take care, and I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye now.